as drops of gold into the sea and hardened into ore. She searched for old through winter bitter cold, through every world and every shuttered door. The goddess who commands the hearts of men, who rides to war and claims the battlefield dead, who chooses half the slain again, still weeps for one who from her side has fled. Freya proves that even gods know loss, and love is always worth its golden cost. She wore the Brizingame around her neck, the necklace forged by dwarves for 4 nights' price. She paid what was demanded without check, for beauty has its own demanding vice. Loki stole it while she lay asleep. He turned to seal and dove into the tide, but Heimdall fought him in the freezing deep and brought the necklace back to Freya's pride. The Brizingame is worth its price and more, for beauty given freely is no whore. She taught the Aesir side of magic old, the Vanir art of weaving fate and will, the power to see futures hot and cold and bend the threads of destiny at will. But cider cost its user something deep, a piece of what had once been hard and sharp, a softness that would seep into the sleep and change the war god's edge to something carved. Freya gives the gods the gift of sight, but sight costs something of the warrior's might. She rides to battle in her chariot bright, her cats pulling swift across the field. She claims her half before the day turns night and brings them to Sesrumnir's golden shield. The women warriors who die in war, the ones who chose the blade above the loom, find themselves in Freya's hall before they're placed beside the brave men in their room. Freya keeps the female warriors near. The shield maidens have nothing left to fear. She's the love inside the warrior's chest, the reason any soldier fights at all, the face that rises burning in the breast before the final charge, before the fall. Without her none would sharpen blade or train, without her none would sail the freezing sea, without her all the glory and the gain would have no meaning, none at all, not free. Freya is the reason we go to war, and she is what we're the darkness comes alive, the things that hide in summer show their face. The Draugr wakes inside the burial hive and walks the night to reclaim his old place. The Draugr is the dead who will not rest, who hold their grudges past the final breath, who rise to settle debts with iron pressed, and drag the living down toward their death. The Draugr walks when justice has been wronged, the restless dead to whom the living wronged. Old Ketil saw one standing in the snow, a shape too still to be a living man. Its eyes like coal pits glowing with dark glow, its hands outstretched in some forgotten plan. He spoke the Draugr's name and named its wrong. He said aloud the debt that lay unpaid. He promised he would sing its proper song and see the wrong returned and justice made. Name the Draugr's grievance and it fades. The dead need truth more than they need their blades. The Huldra walks the forest edge at dusk, a woman beautiful beyond all knowing. Her voice like mead, her hair like amber musk, her hollow back the only darkness showing. She calls the young men deep into the wood, and those who follow never find their way. For only those who treat her as they should will ever see another human day. The spirits of the forest test your heart, the kind and honest ones she lets depart. The Nisse guards the farmhouse through the year, a small grey figure, serious and proud. He keeps the cattle from the darkest fear and drives the wolves away before they crowd. But treat him poorly or forget his bowl of porridge left beside the barn at night, and he will leave and take with him the hope, protection that he gave through winter's bite. Respect the Nisse and your cattle thrive. Get him once and see what won't survive. These are the neighbors we have always had, the ones who share the northern dark with us. Not always good and not entirely bad, but part of what the world has given us. We do not war against the spirit world, we do not war. We live beside it with the proper care, we live beside it. We leave the offerings carefully curled, and speak our neighbors' names into the air. The howling dark is full of lives like ours, all sharing in the cold and northern hours. Not every Viking born was born to raid. Some chose the furrow over foam and ore. Some found their battle in the honest trade of breaking frozen ground and planting more. The farmer bends to earth the way the sea demands the sailor bend beneath its swell. Both are negotiations to be free, both are a kind of living done full well. The Viking farmer fights the frost and stone, and earns his bread from cold and dark alone. He cleared the forest with an axe all spring. He pulled the roots until his shoulders ached. He burned the stumps and let the ash do its thing, and planted barley in the ground he'd raked. The first year failed, the frost came hard and late. He planted again without a word of grief. The second year the harvest filled the gate, and gave the longhouse winter's full relief. The farmer who persists through 2 bad years deserves the harvest that the 3rd year bears. He knew the stars not just for navigating, but for the planting time and harvest date. He read the geese migration calibrating, the season's mood, the coming frost and fate. The same sky that the sailor used for steering, the farmer used for knowing when to sow. The same wind that the Viking raider fearing told him which way the winter grain would grow. The sky is one great calendar for all, for those who plant and those who rise and fall. He built his longhouse from the fallen oak. He cut the turf and laid it thick for roof. He carved the doorpost runes to ward off smoke, and made the threshold strong enough for proof. Inside the cattle shared the winter space, their bodies warming what the fire missed. The children slept among them without grace, and woke with straw in hair and cattle kissed. The farmer's longhouse holds the world entire, both man and beast together near the fire. So honor to the ones who did not sail, the ones who stayed and fed the ones who went, whose belly filled the ships with bread and ale, whose labor was the raiders' full descent. Without the farmer there is no longship built, no crew well fed, no winter stores to spare. The raiders' fame is built on someone's tilt of ground they never left, too bold elsewhere. The stone and root feed every iron sword. The farmer is the Viking's true reward.
Before the frost had left the ground, a rival clan with iron and with fire, their war drums beating out a hollow sound, their banners cut against the morning spire. We had the grove to hold the sacred tree, the ash and oak where offerings were made, where every spring we bent our iron knees and gave the gods their due in sun and shade. The grove is worth more than all silver gained. The sacred place is where the gods are named. We met them in the meadow before dawn, 100 blades against their 100 more. The mist still clung to every frosty lawn. The raven circled knowing what's in store. Our jaws strode out and called across the gap. He named their chieftain and declared his shame. He said their lineage was a thin-spun wrap of cowards born and cowards all the same. The Jarls insult lands before the first blow, and plants a seed of doubt in every
alongside the fray. When both sides pushed beneath the sacred rain, an arrow struck the oldest oak's gray bark, and something in the forest seemed to wake. A wind arrived from nowhere in the dark, and moved through every branch for spirit's sake. The gods watched battles fought in sacred space, and tipped the scale toward those who hold their grace. They broke at sunset on the third long day. Their chieftain fell and left them leaderless. We watched them turn and slowly fade away, like smoke dispersed into the wilderness. We did not chase them past the meadow's edge. Some victories are best left incomplete. We let them go and honored our own pledge to take no life that did not need defeat. The warrior who stops when victory is done is wiser than the one who hunts the sun. That night we lit no fire inside the grove. We sat in silence underneath the stars. We let the ancient darkness through us move, and counted every wound and every scars. The grove stood whole, the sacred trees unharmed, the offerings still hanging from their boughs. The gods had kept the holy ground uncharmed, and all we owed was kept within our vows. The grove that's held becomes a place of power, worth every blade and every final hour.
They said old Halvard spoke the language of wind, that he could read the sky like written rune, that when the clouds grew heavy, dark and thinned, he'd stand the prow and negotiate the boom. He'd raise both arms and speak in something old, a tongue the other sailors didn't know, a language that the north wind understood cold, a dialogue between a man and flow. The storm singer hears what no one else can hear, the voice of wind that keeps the long ship clear. The other sailors watched him lightning split the sky in jagged white. He stood unwavering through all the heights, and seemed to argue with the storm's own might. Sometimes the storm would soften on his word, the waves would settle just enough to steer. Sometimes the gale would let itself be heard, and part a path through what had been unclear. The storm and Halvard had an old accord, made long before he ever held an oar. He learned it from his mother on the shore, who learned it from her father on the sea, who found the words inside a dream and more, and passed them on so they would never flee. The words were not for writing or for page. They lived inside the breath and not the bone. They had to be passed living age to age, a gift transmitted, never given alone. The storm singer's knowledge lives in breath and passes mouth to mouth from birth to death. When Halvard felt his final winter near, he called his youngest grandchild to his side. A girl of 8 with iron eyes and clear, who watched the sea with something close to pride. He spoke the old words slowly in her ear, and made her say them back until they stuck, until the rhythm lived inside her, sheer, until the wind itself had changed its luck. The storm singer chose a girl to carry on, for wind respects the voice it wants to spawn. Now she stands where Halvard used to stand, the youngest storm singer the north has seen. She raises both a small but certain hands, and speaks the gale into a calmer scene. The sailors old enough to have known him watch her with the same respect they gave before. They see in her small frame the light and grim of all the storm singers who came before. The storm singer lives as long as someone speaks the ancient tongue the endless north wind seeks. churning gray and salted wave, where light dissolves to darkness cold as stone. Old Njord keeps court inside a coral cave, and rules the seas and winds and tides alone. His fingers trail through weeds of emerald bright. His beard is foam and silver, long and white. His eyes hold every shipwreck and its night, and every sailor lost beneath the tide. Njord watches from below the rolling wave, and guides the ship toward shore or toward the grave. We poured the first cup always to the sea, before we drank ourselves on any shore. A gift in Njord for setting our ships free, for giving us the wind and nothing more. We tossed the silver coin across the rail, a payment for the passage through his land. We sang his name into the rising gale, and asked him for a steady guiding hand. The sea demands its tithe before you sail. Pay Njord is due or ride the final gale. His son Frey rules the harvest and the sun. His daughter Freya rules the heart and war. But Njord himself is older than the one who split the worlds apart on some deep shore. He was there before the gods chose sides, before the Aesir fought the Vanir long. He has outlasted every turning tide, and his is the most patient, deepest song. The oldest god is the one of water and shore, for water was here long before all more. The fisherman who returns with empty nets sits at the water's edge and speaks aloud. He does not rail or curse or hold regrets, but thanks old Njord for every wave of cloud. For the sea owes us nothing, not a thing. We are the guests upon its massive back. We take what Njord decides that he will bring, and grateful stay for what we do not lack. Gratitude to Njord is worth a fleet, for those he favors find the fish they meet. When I am done with sailing, raids and war, I'll build my final house above the bay,
can hear the tide against the shore, and watch the long ships sailing every day. And when my time arrives at your own gate, I'll walk into the ocean to my chest, and greet the god of seas in proper state, and ask him for a place among the blessed. The sea takes back what came from it at start, and Jord keeps warm the Viking sailor's heart. We carried the long ships over the portage land, 100 men with rope and sweat and rope, through forests thick on each exhausted hand, where trees held back the sky like ribs of hope. The eastern rivers ran the other way, south toward the inland seas and golden domes. We followed them through night and shortening day, far from our cold and sea spray salted homes. The eastern rivers lead to silver and gold, and Viking oars have rowed them since the old. The peoples of the river banks would stare at northern giants passing through their land. Some ran, some watched, some offered food to share. Some asked us if we'd fight on their command. We traded fairly and we moved along. We had no quarrel with the river folk. We only wanted to keep moving strong toward the city, wrapped in golden smoke. The Viking East was built on trade, not blade. A different kind of fortune to be made. The city rose out of the morning haze, its domes of gold above the marble walls. We had heard tales, but none prepared our gaze for what awaited past those painted halls. 1,000,000 souls inside a single place, more people than we'd seen in all our years, more wealth piled up in every market space than any Viking dream between his ears. Miklagard stands larger than the north, and calls the brave to prove their Viking worth. refused to yield and earn the eastern gold that trade had made. We walked in silks but kept the axe in hand. We spoke new tongues but dreamed in northern tongue. We learned the ways of this exotic land, but kept the old songs playing, always sung. A Viking in silk is still a Viking heart. The North lives in him, every single part. I carved my name in runic letters deep upon a marble lion near the gate, so those who come 1,000 years to sleep will know a Norseman stood here proud and straight. The lion holds my name in stone today, a message sent across the ocean's time, that someone from the north came all this way and left his mark in stone without a crime. The rune carved far from home outlasts the man, and says, I was here, I sailed, I ran.
Gathered on the plain at summer's peak. The clans came in from every shore and fjord, all those with grievance, all who came to seek a reckoning with neighbor, kin, or lord. The thing was no man's court and every man's, where chieftains had no more a vote than sons, where every voice was heard inside its plans, and justice sought through words, not only guns. The thing is where the Viking world is made, in open air with every voice displayed. A farmer stood before the gathered crowd and named his neighbor who had stolen sheep. He spoke his case without a bow or proud, and let the gathered community speak. The neighbor answered loud and unashamed. He said the sheep had wandered on their own, that no theft had occurred, none could be blamed, that boundaries between the fields had grown. The thing hears both before it renders right, for truth lives somewhere in between the fight. The law speaker stood upon the sacred rock. He held the memory of every law. No book, no parchment, nothing from a clock, just years of living what he'd always saw. He spoke the precedents of older days. He named the cases similar before. He walked the gathered crowd through legal maze and built his judgment from the ancient stone. The law speaker carries law inside his head,
and speaks the justice of the long since dead. The outlaw was the harshest thing declared, to be cast out from every human tie. No shelter given, no assistance shared, no kinsman bound to help before you die. The forest and the mountain were your home, the wolf your only neighbor in the cold. To live outside the law was all alone, a living death more bitter than the old. The Viking feared outlawry more than blade, for man alone is mortal and afraid. The thing decided more than guilt or right. It built the roads and set the market day. It chose the course of trade and how to fight, and how the commonwealth was shared away. Democracy is not a southern gift. The northern peoples gathered on the plain and built their justice on a higher cliff, and held their leaders answerable in rain. The thing is older than the written law. The Viking voice was heard without a flaw. 1,000 ships set out before the dawn. The sea turned black with hulls from shore to shore. Each dragon prow was carved and battle-worn. Each sail was filled with hunger, cold and more. The enemy on the cliffs above could see a moving darkness swallowing the gray. A tide of iron rolling wild and free, that would not be turned back or held at bay. The Viking tide is older than all fear, and once it rolls, it does not disappear. We beach 10,000 keels on foreign sand. The sound of grinding hulls became a roar. 10,000 axes lifted every hand. 10,000 voices shook the eastern shore. The horses panicked on the cliffs above. The watchfires lit and ran from post to post. But no amount of warning was enough for what arrives when Vikings make their boast. The beach is ours before the sun is high. The tide of iron has already run dry. We did not come to stay forever here. We came to take and trade and push the line, to show the world that nothing they hold dear is safe from those who sail the northern brine. Some settled, yes, and built and bred and grew, and made their children half of somewhere new, and gave their grandkids both the old and new, a blend of north and south mixed through and through. The Viking tide leaves something where it breaks, a mark on every shore that time not takes. The chronicles they wrote about us then were full of fire and fear and darkest dread. They called us heathens, monsters, godless men, who came like storms and left a world half dead. But we were more than what their fear described. We were explorers, traders, builders too. We were the ones who could not be prescribed a single shape, a single limiting view. History is written by those we scared, but truth lives in the ones who always dared. The tide of iron rolled and then receded. The long ships thinned and fewer took to sea. The world they shaped was slowly superseded by different powers, different ways to be. But in the blood of those whose names still ring, in every stubborn soul who won't sit still, in every sailor, fighter, wandering king, the iron tide is rolling, rolling still. The Viking tide runs deeper than the sea. It flows in every heart that chose the free. Ask me where the Viking spirit went, when longships stopped and churches filled the north, when the old gods were given up and spent, and new beliefs came flooding cold and forth. I say it never left, it changed its coat, it put on different cloth and walked ahead. It lives in every stubborn man and throat, who follows where the restless blood has led. The Viking spirit does not need a ship, it lives in every brave
and lasting grip. It lives in those who sail the modern sea, in scientists who push the edge of known, in those who climb the peak to feel the free, in those who forge a path where none have gone. It lives in those who question every wall, who will not let the comfortable suffice, who hear the old horizon's ancient call and pay whatever is the asking price. The Viking is the one who will not stop, who climbs the impossible to reach the top. The sea remains, the same gray water that our fathers crossed, the same cold wind, the same demanding rains, the same dark deep where everything is tossed. And somewhere on that water every night a sailor feels the old blood stir and pull toward a horizon burning out of sight, toward something just beyond the empty hull. The sea remembers every Viking oar and calls the same blood forward evermore. I am the last of nothing and the first of everything that Viking blood began. I carry in my chest the ancient thirst for what lies past the furthest edge of man. I will not sit inside the quiet hall while something vast is waiting to be known. I will not stop until I've heard the call of every wind I've never seen or sown. The last horizon moves as you approach, and that is why the brave are never coached. So raise the final cup to all who sailed, to all who swung the axe and held the line, to all who tried and sometimes even failed, but kept on living with their hands in brine, to those who carved their names in foreign stone, to those who found new worlds and called them home, to those who faced the dark night all alone and chose to sail it rather than not roam. Beyond the last horizon something waits, and Viking hearts will always find its gate.